So I'm going to just allow people as they come in. And so a couple of things, let me just do this. Couple of things that I want to make sure. I did close the chat to each other on purpose because I want to be able to concentrate and give you as much information as possible. And I'm hoping that if you have questions, comments, you're able to submit it in there. I'll be able to go through it at the end of the training for a Q&A session. So I did that on purpose. All the things that you want to ask each other, I'm hoping you'll do it in the community, and that's what it is for. But because of the intense information I have to give, I had to time everything. So I hope that's okay. So hopefully you can see me, and I'm going to start today. We have been talking about this, which platform to use, and there's a lot of buzz going on in the market. And I've been answering a lot of questions in many groups, private ones that I'm in, and non-private ones. I try to make time every week to engage with the community and answer some questions. And the whole reason why I actually opened up another group, the free group, is because, and some of you know, I run an agency. It's very hard. You cannot help everyone, but I feel like I have this bucket of water and everybody's on fire and I'm right next to it. So I want to kind of always provide that bucket of water just to help people out. I have the solutions, but I can only reach so many people. So I decided to put this together and I hope you'll enjoy it. Another thing I should mention, this is a completely pitch-free training. There is no, at the end, there's no offer. I'm not going to be selling any of my services. I designed it on purpose because I also created the community for that. I'm not even going to talk about so much about what we do, who I am, just a little bit, yes, but not going to go through a lot because you're here to learn and I'm here to provide. So let's get in. So we have all these platforms in our face. I actually try to include almost all of the ones that are mostly used. There is no way to cover it all. So some of them I gave more detailed information because I know most of you are using them or planning to use them. So I had to make it a limited selection. So I'm not going to go through, it would be hours we'd be talking about. And every day something else is coming up and kind of feeding that shiny object syndrome that we're all going through. So hopefully this will help you. So I wanted to just give you an overall how we're going to do this today. Some people. Where we're going with this, so I'm going to do a little bit of introduction. We're going to then talk about importance of choosing the right platform before we get into other details. I'm also going to go through an overview of online course, community, and membership platforms that are available. Provide some information on pros and cons and some comparison and best practices for different business types. Because there is no cookie cutter style, and just for your information, I'm not affiliated with any of these platforms. So this is totally my unbiased information that I'm giving you. Over the years, we've been doing a lot of coaching, a lot of implementing. So we've been in and out. I hope that you will take some of our experience and make it work for your own unique business. And we're going to go through some price versus value comparison, what you get for what you pay. And the most important thing I think you should take away today is making the platform fit your business, not the other way around. So I think this is really important, knowing where you are, what kind of a business you have and how you can make it work with the resources you have today versus later on, like how you can grow, scale, all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna give you some key takeaways. We will do a live Q&A session at the end. I'm hoping we'll have enough time, and then I'll provide some resources for you to go through later on. So hopefully we're all good. I'm gonna get started. So if you put anything in the chat box right now, I will be seeing it later in the Q&A session. So I'll ask some questions as we go. So just so you know, I may not be answering it right away. So as I said, I'm going to do very little introduction. The reason why I go through a lot of trainings, right? And I go, and I'm there, I have my pen and paper, I'm ready to go. And sometimes, even though I appreciate the host putting it all together, and I understand, I mean, I would understand it's a lot of work to put this together, but at the same time, I'm anxious, I want to learn. So I kind of want to skip the introduction. Sometimes it gets longer. So for that reason, I'm going to keep it very short so that you know who this person is talking. So I do have 20 years of business development, and I have an MBA in marketing. So this is my livelihood. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing, online, offline, all of it. So I am also a serial entrepreneur. I started 5 companies and exited 3. Now I own 2 companies and focusing on the agency side mostly. This is all about digital marketing. I'm passionate about it. My niche, what I really want to do, or what I'm doing right now, is I'm building communities around purpose and helping entrepreneurs build an online presence that works for them. So I build models, business models. And if you ask me what is my title, some of my clients and I, we have this conversation. Most of them call me their marketing coach or business coach, because I do business development with the marketing help. So I hope that makes more sense. And I love using data and technology to save time, money, and this is my love language. So I love tech and data, and I know many of you struggle on this part. Okay, so we're gonna dive right into it, but I would like to ask you to put it in the chat, in the comment, if you're here, what is one thing you want to get out of this training? Why are you here? I really would like to know. As much as I covered all of this content, I can't really read your minds. I have my experiences. I've read a lot of comments before, and this is how I put this together. But I would really like to know, now that you made the time to register for this event, I would really like to know where are you in your business? Why are you here? You can email me too, but just put it in the chat box. If you're watching the replay, please let me know. I would really like to connect, and I really appreciate you making the time today. Okay, so I'm also going to start with mentioning the elephant in the room. I know we're here to talk about platforms, but choosing the platform is half the battle. Implementing and executing is where most people are stuck. So I just wanted to recognize that, and whichever comes, whatever you do, you really need to make sure, whichever platform you go with, I want you to start executing. So I hope you can. Let me, okay. All right. Hey, Debbie, hope you can see me. I also wanted to say, you can't really know where you're going until you know where you've been. So there's a lot, and I know this is a sort of a cliche, but it really is true. You need to know where you are now in order to make that decision. And this applies to your business and any decision about your business, when it comes to platforms, other things, whatever you are going to invest in, your time, your money, you really need to know where you are right now. So I'm going to actually start doing some wild guesses and let me know how I'm doing. You can also comment it later if you would like. So again, let's see where you are in your business. I'm thinking, again, in my mind, unless you tell me where you are in your business now is probably around here, somewhere around here. So you probably took a course for building an online course, building a program, and you're ready to launch your program. Or you're one in the making, you're trying to go through, you bought the course, you didn't go through it yet, you're still contemplating what's best for you. You may be in that area too. And maybe you went to the second phase, you actually know what you're doing, you kind of do, you started recording, you got scrappy with putting it together, and you have somewhat completed a program, you have something in your hand. And if that's the case, congratulations, it takes a lot to do that. And then maybe you know what you want to do, like you have all this, but you need a platform that will organize your assets and ideas at the same time, kind of like organize your course, and you put together everything in there, which is a really, really good thing to do. And you may have tried 2 or 3 platforms so far, but none of them yet did everything you want just yet. And you're probably frustrated. Maybe you're here and still no revenue made, and you've been putting things together, you're going through a lot, and maybe you're just like really putting it out there, but nothing is really happening. And on the next stage, your course is ready, you have somewhat social media presence, and now you're wondering how you're gonna launch it. Like you have the product, but you don't know how to market it and sell it. And at this point, if you don't have any help or team, you're probably wearing about 17 hats, trying to launch the program and do everything together, and following everything you learned with the courses. Or maybe you did it all and now you want to add a community or membership to your existing course. Maybe that's where you're at. And maybe you want to you did all of that and now you want to add a mobile app because most of your current students are asking for more like user-friendly platforms, and you're looking at, or maybe for your business model, having an app would make more sense. Everybody's business is different. And maybe you're wondering if you can, maybe you're like all the way here, now that you have everything's running smoothly, but now you want a platform that can support you all, and you're wondering if you can evergreen and automate and have a little off time, maybe you're a little burnt out. So you're somewhere around here. I may be wrong, but I'm hoping that you can help me if I'm wrong. I also wanted to talk about, again, just so we know where we are is really important. And I'll get to all the platforms, everything, I'll talk about that. But this is important for you to know, because knowing this will affect everything. Like which platform does what for you that's how you know. So your business's growth process has, normally I call it 5 stages. So there's starting stage, building stage, growing, scaling, or automating. So I'm going to start by the first one. You may have been here, you may be here right now. This is the ideation stage. You have an idea, a project, and you started your entrepreneur journey in some way. So maybe you're there, you just started. And you're in the building phase. You're on the second phase of your company, your business. You started it, although not really clear on exactly how you will reach your ideal audience. You sure are trying everything in your power to, build your product, put it out there, and, make revenue. And in the growth stage, you are ready to invest more because you started creating revenue. You have a couple of clients and a small audience, but now it's time to grow. On the scale stage, you're ready to add multiple income streams and you're able to invest more for your growth. And finally, you're ready for an automation. You no longer want to trade your time with money, and now you're ready to automate all your business and delegate everything you don't have to do. Sooner you recognize which stage you're in, better you'll focus on what you have, which will take you to the next stage in no time. But if you don't focus and go back and forth through all shiny, objects, all the platforms, then you won't have anything finished, and no platform in the world can help you. So I wanted to just mention that because that is super important. So now that we know the importance of choosing the right platform, let's go through some features that are available. So what you need now versus what these platforms are offering. These are the things you need to know. Products you have or planning to have for your business, you already know these. There's courses, communities, memberships. You have all of these or one or two of them that you want to get going with your unique business model. And let's go through some challenges that a lot of coaches and entrepreneurs are facing. I think the number one would be the tech skills and requirements. Again, I go through this, right, Constance? I see you nodding. Tech skills. Oh my God, how many people are going through this? So I go through this first because, again, how are you going to choose the platform? All of these matter. Like where you are in your skill level or your business level, all of this is going to come together when we go through the courses and what they offer to you. So there's also the course design and structure. I mean, maybe you don't really know how to structure your course just yet. That's why you're stuck like creating the whole thing. The business model is not there. And now you have to create the content. Content creation is a lot. You have to put videos together and you have to write blogs and text and a lot of things you have to put together, and it is overwhelming, as you all already know. And you have all that done. Now you have to do with marketing and promotion. Is the platform helping you with that or making it easy for you? Is it important to you? Maybe you have a team who's already helping you, or maybe you have no idea what you're doing and where to start, which is most people are really having a hard time getting started because they don't know which to prioritize. And once you do the marketing, promotion, content, you have it out there, you have a platform that supports you, but then now you are trying to get the engagement going. Let's say you have an online course and you have about 30 students. You're going through your first launch and maybe it's an 8-week course, but you're having a hard time, your students, engaging and with the motivation. How do you make it fun for them? How do you make them, get them involved, actually finish the course? You put so many hours in creating that product, but unless they implement it, they will not have the transformation you promised them. If they don't transform, you won't have any repeat clients, good testimonials. All of your hard work will not work for you. So it's very important. Whatever you create, I'm begging you, keep it simple. Don't put it all together. Don't do what I do today. I have so much to share today. But what I need you to do, really, like, make sure you're engaging with them. So don't do a course and put it out there and hope that it works for you. Engage, communicate. So that's why I believe in the communities a lot. There's no other way of reaching your audience, or there's no better way of reaching your audience. So then you have to scale and manage your growth. let's say you did all that and now it's scaling maybe more than you thought, and the platform needs to be able to support you for you to really be able to scale and let you manage it in a more profitable way. And there's also this continuous learning and updating you have to do as an online business owner. It changes every day. Every day something else comes up. Is the platform helping you with all that? Are they updating themselves in the back end to compete with what's available in the market? Because choosing a platform for your programs, and this is why it's important. I almost want to say you have to literally, there's no engagement period. Once you choose one, you're almost married, like you're under one roof. So you have to really do your due diligence and date a lot. And that dating process preferably should be free, so you're not really losing money while you're building and testing it out. So I hope that makes more sense. Okay, so what is the opportunity, right? I just wanted to mention, this is super important. The income streams, this is for 22, 23 data. I said I love data, right? Communities are now 30% digital income streams are coming from community-based companies. If you have a community around your product, that's 30%. It's a huge difference. It didn't used to be like this, but I think after COVID, people are more aware of what's going on in the world. They're connecting, and they really want to, they're craving for that human connection. And people no longer buy something just because they saw an ad. They have to be really connected. Hopefully it's from someone they really believe in. So we'll do neuromarketing in another training, but I want you to know community, if you don't have a community, you don't have a business. It's that simple. So it's important. So then the online courses take about 25%. It's huge. You got to have some sort of product out there. Coaching programs are really good. It's in between. There's a lot of models. Again, maybe in another training, I'd love to go through those. Memberships are big, as you know. And then there's subscription boxes for some companies who have mixed products. There's a physical product and a digital product together. Maybe they have ebooks and some packages that they're packing it out and sending. So all of these are, you have to have a mix of income for your business. So I know that you're trying to do it all, but if what you're choosing is helping you with, at least to put a couple of them together without overwhelming you with tech details, implementing, that's what you're looking for. So it's really important. Okay, so finally, the platforms we're gonna go through, what is out there, right? There's so much. So we have our dear Kajabi, Thinkific, Searchy, Teachable, Podio, Patreon, Hey Marvelous. I don't know if everyone knows Hey Marvelous. There's Mighty Networks, there's Heartbeat, Typewrite, Modern, and there's a lot more, but I am just going to go through some of them who are mostly used, again, just for the sake of this training, so I can provide more information so you can have something to implement. And what are these programs are offering? Some do with websites, marketing and selling, email marketing. They have community platforms, and they offer you storage for your videos, documents, and content. Some do have a mobile app, and some of them are only payment and checkout systems, which just so you know, I did not include here ThriveCart, SameCart for that reason. Those are mostly for checkout. They're only to, if you have something already, they do have something inside that you can use, very simple, but they are actually out there to make your checkout process. which I love them when you integrate it with everything else. If you're able to kind of do a patchwork and put, let's say, Thrive card, this and that all together, it's fine. You can do that. But I'm just letting you know today I wanted to go over most of it that has more features inside. So I specifically left them out. If you have questions about them, I'm happy to answer. Just reach out to me after. So again, courses, events in voice and video rooms, some offer messaging channels, live streaming, and webinar hosting, and some of them also offers automation and funnels. These are the things in total that you do need when you're creating any type of program. So we'll start with Kajabi. They're I think most known. You can do many things in Kajabi. I'm not going to go through the regular. You can go there and check what they're doing. I'm sure most of you already know. But I wanted to see what others, what would matter to you now if you have a similar business as a service provider. Kajabi does all-in-one solution with templates, email campaigns, and funnels. So it's actually a great thing to start with because it has everything inside. Limited integrations, though, it is very limited. In the back end, also, it's hard to get to analytics, but that's something you'll need later on. So again, if you're just starting out, Kajabi could be an option. They don't charge any transaction fees, and they just recently launched a community feature. They do have a mobile app for convenience. And they also integrated AI tools inside for you to create content while you're creating your classes and lessons. They do not have a free plan. Their paid plans are pretty, I think they're almost the most expensive in the market. It starts from $149 to $400 a month, and they do have enterprise solutions for bigger companies. You do pay annually and save about 20%, but again, like I think without really trying, they have a 2-week, maybe 14-day trial, but I don't think anyone can really understand and implement everything in 2 weeks. It's just not enough for you to really have that dating time. And there's Thinkific. Thinkific has changed a lot. This is one of the platforms. Again, I'm not biased, but I'm using them. I'm using all of them that I'm talking about today. But Thinkific is specifically, it's changed since I think 2 years ago. They have added a lot. They're updating themselves. I'm actually really happy with the interface, but I want to tell you why. So you can start free. There's no time limit. You can have your course and program, and it's super easy. I love that it's easy. It actually helps you, guides you, and you're able to create something in no time. It also helps you on other things. So it has unlimited courses on all paid plans, which is not the case with all of them, which we'll see later. You can create a course, program, membership, community, podcast, and you can do it all together. You can bundle it if you'd like. And it also has an app feature that I'm going to go through in a second that you can actually add later on. The course builder is drag and drop, very easy. If you've been in the online world for the last year, I think you'll be able to just do everything on your own without needing anyone. 0% transaction fee is important. They have a good support system. They also have an Hello Audio integration for podcast owners. I think it's important to have integrations. It works better and easier. They also have built-in AI tools available for you to use. I didn't include here, but they also have these really cool features. You can provide certifications to your students as they go, which really encourages the engagement because people love getting something out of what they do. They also have these apps that you can use and gamify. You can gamify, you can add, different like role plays and other things. You could really have fun with it and have a really amazing course. It will make you look good. It's really nice. So they have the free plan, and even their paid plans start on the lower end. And I like the fact that you grow, they grow. So they're not really asking you to marry right up front. They're saying, come, let's date a little, check it out, build your stuff, and then we're here to back you up. So I like that. So this is their mobile app. I strongly recommend you checking it out. They have a lot of things they put together. I definitely like that a lot. And then we have our dear Searchy. I love Searchy too, especially if you're a creator. If you have an art class or anything that's more visual, I think they have a really nice interface. Their courses look nice, and they have these really unique features that you don't find in everything else. So as the name comes here, you're able to search everything within that platform. You can put a keyword, it pulls the data from there. So there's a lot of podcast hosters. You can do memberships and online course, and it has a built-in AI tools. Again, it's very, very important, but it does not have a free plan, just a little trial. So there's Heartbeat. Heartbeat is not an online course program, although you can create a course inside. I think we need to know the differences. So far, everything else we went through, they're all online courses and podcasts all together. But Heartbeat and Mighty Networks, after this, these are community-based. If you have a community, you run your community inside them, and then you try to integrate that with your course somewhere else. So it's usually what people are doing, which is really, again, confusing. We can hardly handle one platform, and now we have to, again, patchwork everything together. But Heartbeat is really nice. It's a really good, the interface is beautiful. You can actually find your friends easier. It's based on very ease of use. There's a lot of threads and chats that you can go through, and they host your documents, events, courses. They do matchups, like if they do hashtag topics. They also have voice and video rooms that are really nice to engage. And we have Mighty Networks. It's really nice. I love Mighty Networks. I have to say, what I love about them the most is they teach you how to do community. I strongly recommend, even if you don't get anything, there is a free, sort of like it doesn't have a free plan, so to speak, but you can sign up for free. It's a little hard to get around, but there is a workshop inside Mighty Networks. You can, they give you a lot of Google Docs with workshops. There is a lot of information in there you can use to build your community wherever you are. So I strongly recommend checking that out for sure. So they're based on that and not for other features. If you have a group, one-on-one or all member program, messaging inside is also available on all plans. And they do accept all the currencies, so you can actually get paid. You can also have unlimited members, hosts, and moderators. That's also nice because you can involve other people inside. Something that not everyone knows, when you grow, Mighty Networks is available for white label web and mobile app experience. For those of you who don't know, it's your branding on everything instead of Mighty Networks. So that's what white labeling means. So eventually, if you grow so fast, then you can actually get your own branding on the Mighty Network platform. So it's important. And then there's Podia. I know some of you are using it. And I tried to use this program a lot. For some of my clients had it. We actually helped them set it up. What I like about it, it's simple. I like the fact that it's simple. And it's easy to do, but it's not really, it's like you put everything together, but it's not really helping you. It doesn't have enough prompts, a little bit harder to build something if you don't know what you're doing. But if you do, like if you know what you're doing, maybe you're migrating, you can choose them. I think they have a good like hosting platform. They have a comprehensive product list. They have dedicated community features, which is nice to have it all together. You can upsell and bundle your courses. Great thing to have if you're in any platform. You can include multimedia discussions, and there's basic integrations if you need to integrate with your like Google Drive and other platforms or software that you're using for your program. And it does have a free plan, although limited. And we have Teachable. Teachable is one of my other favorite. I like these platforms for ease of use, and they're letting you try it free for unlimited amount of time, because it takes learning. Wherever you go, takes learning. There is a learning curve for every platform. You just have to literally go there. No one will be able to tell you that, because you know yourself, and everybody's different, and maybe you're creating something so unique that no one can understand. Just get in there. Being able to get in there and try something and customize it for you and see if it works for you is a huge step up. And I'm hoping all the other platforms who are not offering it, they should offer at least for one course, one program. I don't mind if they limit their features, but I want to try and see if it's working first before I start putting all my customers there, all my money there, and all my, my whole entire business, because it's very hard to switch. You have to wait at least 1 or 2 launches to switch a platform. So it's important to be able to do that. So Teachable does allow you to start free, and it's not limited. You can take your time building it. And it's very easy. Again, ease is very important. Even if you have the tech skills, again, I'm guessing you're busy. You have clients, you have things, you have marketing, you have social media, all of these things. Your brain is already shot. You need someone to show you around and say, here, put this here, put this there. And you want to know that it will look good. So I think some of the platforms, for the sake of providing so much, they're complicating it for you, and it's not working. So, and it does have AI tools available. Again, if you started doing that whole ChatGPT thing or the other AI tools that's in the market, it's good to have an integrated one. It helps you, it prompts you, it's very easy to put it together. They also have upsells and bundles in Teachable, which they really care about you making money. They want to help you sell first, make money, which is ideal. Then you grow with them. Same as Thinkific. I think they have a similar concept on how they approach this. And I totally agree with that. And I hope others do too. Teachable also has an app. It has an iOS app, so it will work on your iPhones or your customers' iPhones. Now we're going to do some pros and cons, and we're close to about 40 minutes now. So I'm going to try to make it a little faster, because I want to make sure that I cover, and hopefully if you have any questions, I'm going to get through them. So Kajabi, I do like it. It has a lot of features inside. It does have good marketing tools inside. Templates are very high converting. If you can make it work for you, have a graphic designer and make it look good, I think you're in business. It is SEO optimized, but very limited. So I put it as a pro, but also a con, because you have no way of really making it better unless you have an in-between WordPress site or something. So you're kind of tied or you need a developer access and work with an expert to get in the backend in Kajabi and make the SEO work for you. Again, this is a feature that you need to look into. So interface can be overwhelming. Although it's an easy setup in Kajabi, I see that a lot of people are having trouble like finding things and how to do it. And I agree, even for someone like me who knows what we're doing, the email marketing is kind of it's not that easy to use for someone who's not in it. And it does not have a free plan. It does have a short trial period. Again, it's not enough for you to understand whether it will work for you or not. And it is more expensive than other platforms. And again, Thinkific, I've already went through, but you can get started and have a ready product in less than a week. I think this is huge. This by itself for me is enough because everyone is stuck. Everyone I talk to, they're trying to find out what to do and they're stuck. They have excellent templates to go with. Again, it's free to go. And student assessment and engagement, which is really crucial to have. Like I said, they've nailed it. They have great stuff in there. And there's no transaction fees, and they do have a mobile app, like I said. Cons, this is the only con I can think about. The graphic design, you may have to do a design outside, even in Canva for some of the things, and kind of customize it to make it look a little better than it is, but you're able to. So I think they're kind of like giving you the choice to do that. Mighty Networks, again, mostly for community building. I'm going to send you some of these information in written format, so no worries if you can't make the notes. But this is great for community building. They do have a mobile app, again, but if you have an online course, they're offering it, but they're not there yet. It's like Kajabi is offering, I'll get there. Kajabi is offering the community feature now, but they're not there yet. Mighty Networks is offering the online course thing, but they're not there yet as much as Kajabi. So you almost need the two to work together to have that perfect formula. And again, they're more expensive if you get the paid option for Mighty Networks. And Searchy, it does integrate the course, podcast, membership, and they're editable and downloadable transcripts, which is huge. You can actually download them, provided for your students, podcast listeners. It does have a really pleasant design and flow. UX, user experience is very good. And it's more suitable with businesses related to art, visuals, but you can use it for almost any platform or any business type. Community feature, as a community feature, is not yet available. I'm sure Stu is working on it. It has limited video uploads. It does have a learning curve. It looks easy, but I'm finding it like my clients usually end up really needing help, even students, my clients who have courses. It does have a learning curve. I just wanted to let you know or be prepared if you're considering it. For Podia, you can build your community. You can have your course, multimedia courses. It does have an integrated live chat feature, which I love, and you can sell all types of digital products, but it doesn't have any open API, meaning that you can't have your own developer getting there and getting your data or analytics, which is really important. And then it has a rigid page design, very hard to really customize it. So best practices for different business types. I would like to really talk about this because this is where everybody's maybe confused. I'm going to provide some solutions. So I'm simplifying everything now from everything we've talked about. Find out where you are now. I'm going to send you a worksheet after this webinar is done. I'm going to send you a worksheet. I want you to find out really where you are in your business. So if you're starting out and you don't have a web presence, meaning you have a WordPress site or any other thing, you already have something. If you don't have it, then choose an all-in-one solution and just get going, get started. and value ease over feature list. It doesn't matter if they have so many features if you're not going to use them. So it's very important that you realize that now. If you already built your course and you're not ready to migrate, let's say you already have one in Kajabi, you already have one in Podia, maybe you already have 2 or 3 platforms you're already using. If you already built it, then at least do me a favor and separate your email marketing service provider. And I'll make some recommendations in the end, but I'm just saying it's really important for you to have your email service provider, meaning doing your email marketing, as a separate venue, because even if it's an all-in-one solution that you're using, it's just you have no control. And I believe even though they're providing everything, some things they're really better at and some things they're not. And you don't want your business to depend on them. And if you are ready to scale, switch to a platform that can accommodate you and your clients with community building, memberships, online course, and hopefully they have a mobile app feature as well, because that is the future. We're all on our phones. We want our students, the user experience to be good. So if you're ready to scale, pick your platform based on this. I'm going to also go through really quick some price and value comparison. You are able to see all the platforms, what they're costing. You can totally see this online, but I wanted to give you an overall picture of what it is. So again, Thinkific and Teachable and Mighty Networks, you can start free. Mighty Networks, I don't think you can use many features, but you can get started free without a time limit. So the other ones have free trials, but they have a time limit. And in terms of value comparison, I'm going to repeat, we just did the biggest 2 because these were the questions I was asked before a lot, the Kajabi versus Thinkific, but I think I went through a lot of them in the back end. I just want you to really see the difference and again, make an informed decision. Hopefully one of them will work perfectly for you. Again, there's a lot of comparisons. I'm going to send all of this to all the attendees or whoever registered this one, so you can go through with pen and paper, kind of see what it is, and I will put it all together and have it sent to you. This is the part I really wanted to talk about. You need to make the platform fit your business, not the other way around. I think that we're confusing about all the features offered, a lot of things. And so I want to make sure that you know what's more important. So don't pay for features you don't use right now, or you're not going to need right now. And utilize Google Drive to store and organize your assets. That will save you money searching all these platforms. Most of them, because they're letting you store your videos, products, and everything, you're kind of paying for that storage too. But if you're not really making money off of it, you might as well keep it in your Google Drive. And here's the magic rule that I'm hoping everyone who watches this now live, or if you're watching the replay, the magic rule for a startup success is apply the 1-1-1 rule. Have one product ready. Focus on finishing one product. And you try to build one traffic source and have one funnel that works for you in the back end. And I'm happy to explain how you can do this on another training, and I will, but I just want you to really think about this. This is really important because this is where everybody's stuck. They have all these ideas, they want to implement too many things all at once, all at the same time. That's why the revenue is not coming in yet. The other thing I would like to really make sure when you're making a decision for the platform softwares, always own your data and analytics. Know who is coming and getting out. What you have, your ideal customer in your head versus what's really happening, trust me, it's always different. We're biased about our products. We think Mary is gonna buy it, but actually Susan's interested in it. So you never know who it is until you really measure who is coming in and out. And when you are choosing a platform, most of them, because you don't own them, they own the data. They're in the data business. It's very limited to have your analytics. So I strongly suggest, and I'll tell you how you do it, I strongly suggest own your data. Hence, own your audience. You need to have all that audience to yourself. Have your own program, your email marketing, your text messaging, your channels, your communities. Own your audience. They're yours. You made the content. You worked hard at it. You own the product, so own your audience. This is really important. So I wanted to conclude with some takeaways. So you are here for a reason, and I'm hoping this will give you some action plan for you. Start with a platform with a free course building option with no time limit. So in this case, Thinkific and Teachable are really good, easy to use, and you can grow as you go. And you can try and see if it's for you or not. Prioritize. Spend 20% of your time building your product, 80% connecting and building your audience. Connect with them while you're building your product. Don't start working on a product for months, courses, platforms, make it all happen, then launch. Connect with them now. You may do all that work, and in the end, you may see that you're not catching it. Maybe I see a lot of people launching their products and courses. It breaks my heart because it's a lot of work to do that. But you have to connect while you go through. And I strongly suggest do something quick, like something a lot smaller with your main idea, with your main product. Put it out there. Maybe do the whole founding member model and listen to them and build it and make it better and better and better. Instead of trying to make it all perfect up front, then launch it. I know you hear it all the time, but I wanted to say it again. Value ease over quantity of the features offered. If it's easy for you, let's say you like Podia better, go for it. As long as it's enabling you to put your product out there and listen to your clients and customers. Because without that, this is just a hobby for you. If you want to make it a business, you have to create the product and put it out there. So don't pay for the features you don't need right now. I have to say it again. Again, keep your email marketing separate from the course platform. Like even though Kajabi has an integrated one, like a lot of them do, but again, none of the platforms can do it all perfectly. There's one part that you're always kind of sacrificing. So don't sacrifice your email marketing. That's too valuable, too important. And I do recommend ConvertKit. Very easy to use. It does have a little bit of a learning curve, but definitely stay in the community. I'm going to be doing a lot of trainings on ConvertKit, how to use them, like really easy. And they're free, up to 300 contacts. It's free. Again, you can, I don't know if you're building a list, you already have a list, but you can do everything you want. Even the biggest ones in the market are using them. There's MailChimp and other ones, there's Aweber, but so limited. So email marketing platform over a course platform, it's very, very important. I cannot stress it enough. When the time comes, hopefully sooner than later, have a WordPress page as soon as you can. Own your traffic, data, SEO, and analytics, as soon as you can. Again, I'm saying it over and over because it's important. WordPress pages overwhelm a lot of people, and I do understand that, but have like one page done. You can hire someone really quick and get it all done and have your courses, everything on one page to send them over, but you'll know who is coming in and out. Otherwise, if you're sending them to Kajabi, sending them to Podio, you don't know. You don't exactly know, let me say it that way. So it's very important. So I'm going to be sending you some worksheets. There's a course creator planner that we're famous for. It has a lot of things inside: checklists, trackers, revenues, habit trackers, and monthly and daily planning sheets. So I'll be sending those to you via email after I send you the replay of this training. Even if you're here now, I'm hoping that you're going to go back to this. Some of the things we're discussing here, I think it will make more sense to you as you go through, especially if you decided to try one of the platforms I'm suggesting. And if you have a question or something, at least you'll have a resource to go to. And lastly, this is the community, the free community that I have. This is where I'll be running all my trainings, all free. Come on over. If you haven't signed up yet, come on over, stay in the community. This is what I did. This is the only solution I could come up with, helping more than one people. It's just been crazy. We know all of these things and we couldn't help. So I hope you join the community, and I would love to help all of you. And I would like to do some Q&As. I'm going to open the chat box and stop share. And okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to go. Constance, you want to, hold on, let me just.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're going to say, but.
You know it, so just go ahead and say it.
No, this is awesome. Okay, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it out loud because I think people need to hear it. Okay, I'm just beginning this whole entrepreneurial journey and just don't want to end up spending too much time on trial and error. Welcome to the club. Figuring out how everything works together, especially for a newbie, so I can have the desired impact on my potential clients. Exactly. I'm a no-no. I love that. I still look for funnels in my kitchen. I love that. You know, a lot of people think they know what a funnel is, but not everybody does. So trust me, you're not alone. So is there, like, what do you think? Like everything that I just talked about, are you a little bit more clear about what's available out there? What do you think?
Yes, you've done one of the most amazing jobs of explaining the variety of different platforms, because I would go into some of these communities on Facebook and they would mention one and, oh, I love this one, and oh, I love that one. And you never get to the why or how or is it usable or what are the pros and cons. And your presentation was phenomenal for articulating it in a very logical, straightforward, easy to understand for a newbie, what you're talking about. And that helped me enormously. I was probably leaning toward a couple and away from a couple. You just cemented in my mind where I was right and where I was wrong in my thinking. And it's important because not knowing what was going on quite some time ago, I joined Groove, which I understand is another all-in-one platform that's out there for a fairly substantial.
In there. Yes.
Yeah, and it's a substantial investment, and I'm wading around in the deep end of an ocean because I don't know where I'm going or what I'm looking for. And everybody says, oh, you'll find a class on it, or there's a video on it. Well, somebody grab my hand and guide me because I don't even know where I'm going.
Yes.
So yes, this helped enormously. It really, truly did.
Awesome. And if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer. There's just, I mean, even now I'm totally over an hour. I'm trying to put it all together. I wanted to avoid as much as possible making this a long one, but it's a heavy subject. It's a heavy topic. I couldn't skip some of the things. Okay, so
No, and honestly, I cannot think of a single thing I would have cut out of it because I've done a million presentations over my 45 years in my day job. And I trust me when I tell you, I'm always listening for both the content and the delivery. And I tell you what, you are spot on in both areas. Both your content was spot
thank
on
you.
and your delivery was spot on. And there's nothing I could have imagined you cutting out at all. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. So I hope we'll connect more, and I'm going to actually answer more questions. I'm sure you'll have more later on. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, my only question to you was, here's my money. Where do we start? Because I know I'm going to need a lot of help from you.
I'm not-
We'll
But
talk.
we'll talk. We'll talk. Okay. So Debbie, okay, so Debbie asked, can you post the list of platforms again? Yes, Debbie, I'm actually going to send, if you can hear me, I'm going to send all the resources I mentioned here. You're going to receive it in your email. If you're here, if you registered, so you're in my list. Yes, I'm going to send all that so that you have it in your hand. And some of the worksheets will help you to do the pros and cons specifically for your business. So I don't know if it answers your question. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So Michelle, so you're saying have the sales or landing page on your own website. I love this question, Michelle. I'd like to answer this. Would you like to come in, or let me just see here.
Yeah, well, I've tried a few, and
Yes.
after your presentation, now you got me thinking about Teachable. I was on Podia, and then in this group, a lot of people have recommended System. So now I'm on System, and I can't do it by myself. And so I tried Thinkific, but from everything you're saying here, maybe Teachable, but so many people said as a student, they didn't like being on Teachable.
And
So
that's exactly my point being, what did you not like about Thinkific?
Oh, I like Thinkific, but my daughter was helping me, and she's a programmer, so she loves System, and so we were both trying to work. But if you think Thinkific is the way to go, I will tell her we're going to Thinkific.
I think again, it's just because I love it and I'm using it. It doesn't mean it's right for everybody else. But it's not just me. Everyone who switched to Thinkific are happy, and I'm not talking about. And I'm actually always protecting my clients, right? Like I want them to be happy. But I always say this: I don't care about what you think. What does your audience think? Is it easy for them? Maybe you're a tech guru and everything comes easy to you, but they're not like that. And user experience is what's making it's like a deal maker or breaker. So even though a platform might work for you, maybe as much as your daughter, but if your audience can't do that, and if you can't design it the way they would use, I think that's where I'm coming off with Thinkific versus Teachable. If I were to put the two together, I would go with Thinkific because it goes easy on you and your students. So that's huge for me, right? Like I want them to be happy once they get in. And I've used System, by the way. I mean, I can do it, but because I'm very good at tech. So I cannot do that to my customers. I mean, everybody's in a different level. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, that's great. And I also like that you said about doing the email separately, because I was doing that at first and then I stopped, but now I'll go back to that and go back to Thinkific. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think you also asked the good question. Are you saying have the sales or landing page on your own website? I want to clarify that because it's really important. Think about it. If anyone can hear me out, just come back to me. So if you have a web page, one page that talks about very simple, who you are, what you're offering, and have just different links for what you're like online course, podcast, or whatever. So the traffic that you're doing with your email marketing, ads, anything else, you send people to your own website. And In the back end, it's yours. You can literally see who is there, how long did they stay, why did they stay, what did they like, didn't like. It's yours. And then they go to Kajabi, they go to Podia, they go to Thinkific. It doesn't matter. But I want you to make the effort to do at least that one page. And it's just crucial because then you won't know. You really won't know your data. So I just wanted to say that. So I'm saying, yes, you should have it on your own website.
Great, great. I hadn't ever heard that, and it makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks so much, Michelle. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Julie said, okay, thanks, Julie. Thanks for, I would love to explain. Oh, Debbie is asking, explain what a funnel is for people who don't know what it is. Okay, awesome. I'm going to try to explain in a very simple format. Hopefully, funnel is a huge topic, and I'm definitely doing another training on that one. But this is what it is basically. Anyone who has a product out there in the market, everyone has a funnel, whether you know it or not. The funnel is the journey of your customer from point A to B, where they start. And well, they say funnel because first it's a big crowd, like it's a lot wider. All of these people in here, we call it a TOF, top of the funnel. Like those are the people are kind of like they're coming into your world, but that you don't really know. And then it gets warmer and like really hot. As it gets more narrow, it gets more, those are the people, the bottom of the funnel are your customers. Like they've become a client, they're your raving fans, they love working with you. And that's what you're trying to do every time you go out and do anything out there. So very simple example. Let's say you have the top of the funnel, you have to get some people, you need traffic. Let's say you have an online course. How do you let people know? How do they know? Even if you have the greatest product on earth, how do they know? You need to create something that's really simple and easy to understand of your audience that they really need right now, not 3 months later, but right now. You create that valuable content in some form, which I'm sure you've heard the lead magnet. The lead magnet is the one that attracts your ideal audience. And that's where the top of the funnel starts. And then after that lead magnet, you pull them to your, maybe your email list, and then you nurture them. Hopefully you nurture them instead of doing something else. And then when I say something else, I mean people, I always say this, I should give this example. Let's say you go to a party and then you just meet someone and they say hi to you and they're like, hey, I'm Susan. Is there any Susan here? I keep saying Susan. Hey, I'm Susan. I have all these products that I really want you to try. Like, do you want to buy it? Here's a credit card machine. That's what an ad looks like to people right now online. Like they do an ad to the audience, spaghetti style, thinking that they would be interested. And then they go and they see an ad, even if it's a product that I need that moment, I don't know that person. So there's a whole process, we call it know, like, trust. Unless that happens, nobody purchases. So the funnel is where you take them from know, and then you take them to like, and then they trust, and then in the end, they purchase it from you. So I don't know, this is probably the shortest way I can explain the funnel. Okay, Julie, no, I did not answer your question. I apologize. Okay. Are you talking about, you mean Mighty Networks? Okay, I think that's what you're doing. Yes, if you are an image consultant and considering Mighty Networks, I am suggesting you can continue to do that. I would like to know what kind of a course you have before I answer, but I know if you're going to have the program, even if you Google, you'll see people suggest having Kajabi plus Mighty Networks or Teachable plus Mighty Networks. If you just Google the two, you'll see there's a lot of marriages that they're doing. You're definitely going to need another platform to host your program for sure. And again, I think Mighty Networks, I mean, they're doing a phenomenal job. You should go through the community education if you haven't done, and I think you're already thinking of doing that. So if the community is in the front end of your business and you're building it right now, definitely go for it. I think connecting with people is more important than you putting your course somewhere. But I think if you want it all in the one place, Mighty Networks is not going to give you all. If that is answering your question, let me see. Okay, perfect. So you have two colleagues who's using it. So maybe they found a way. Well, I think you can put your online course in there. All I'm saying is that when we talk about having the data, analytics, user experience, all of that, because Mighty Networks was built to build communities, they don't have all the features that are necessary to, sell and market and all that. They're all about building a community. It does work. And if you already have a built up audience, you have an email, sequences going out, you have an email marketing platform, I think it's a great idea. And I have to say the same thing goes for Kajabi. Kajabi is known for online courses. They just added the community feature, but it's not there yet because that's not where they started. I think the platforms, as they evolve, they realize people need all these other features and they start adding it. Like with Thinkific, it was the same thing. They didn't have everything 2 years ago, but they did a really good job putting it all together, working together instead of making themselves like platform that's only for courses or memberships. It's such an easy flow, and one is not better than the other. If you're still here, everyone, I would like to tell you the best formula that I've seen out there. Thinkific plus ConvertKit. That's all you need. Obviously, and maybe one-page WordPress and hopefully a better WordPress site later on. This is all you need, seriously. And you can get started, get your stuff out there. You are going to love it. I think it's just the fact that you can put it out there. It's great. But again, to your point, if you already have something in there and it's hard to migrate, then by all means, stay where you are. Just make sure you have a good email marketing service. Debbie, okay, we're trying to get, so she's asking, I'm trying to get my sister to create a community on wellness. She's a certified fitness trainer, but more importantly, she's a mom of 3 and, okay, let me just go through. Wellness, no, it's not just fitness, got it. Okay, perfect. So for her, again, there's also another one that I can suggest for her. I think it was in the list here. Hey Marvelous. Hey Marvelous was made for wellness, yoga, like all of those like classes to hold, and they have all of these things together. Again, they're lacking on data analytics, hence that's why I did not include them today here. But they might want to have sort of like a good marriage. Hey Marvelous plus ConvertKit might work for them. But then, although Hey Marvelous have a community feature, then you would have to have maybe 3 products altogether. And it's very hard when you're starting. You can barely manage one platform. So I hate to say go and sign up for 3. It doesn't work. But I agree with you. Mighty Networks would give her the opportunity to reach out more people. And she can certainly start there. But if she's going to host videos and classes and everything, Mighty Networks is not going to work for her. Feel free to reach out to me. I do have other solutions I'm happy to provide. But I think it would be a different formula for her specific business. So, oh, you do use ConvertKit. Perfect. Thanks, Julie. Awesome. So you know what I'm talking about. I did not see your message, Julie. Thank you so much. So if is there any other, did I forget anyone? Okay then. So I think we're good to go. And thank you for sticking here for an hour and a half. It's been so long. I really appreciate you. I'm hoping that you can get back to me on any other questions. If there's anything else I can help you with, like I said, come into the community, ask me any questions you have. Oh, thanks, Julie. Thank you so much. I actually want to help. I really want to help a lot of people. And this is my way of giving back to a community who helped me over the years. And I appreciate all of you. And I hope you liked it. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I hope you liked it. And I will be back with more trainings. Just, join the community, come in there. We'll chat, we'll talk about it. Anything else you need, let me know. And I appreciate all of you. For now, you have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See ya.